Hello, this is Luke Middlebrook. We're talking about the EDL 655 Design Thinking Project for Module 2. So we started off in our group as the design problem in the question was how might we provide students equal access to online homework assignments? So the list of our how might we questions started off with how might we provide students equal access to homework assignments? How might we provide students with the opportunity to complete online homework at home? How might we make online homework equitable? And how might we give students access to internet devices at home? And the more we started to delve deeper into this question of online homework, the more we started to see the real question emerge, which was how can online learning at home and at school help students learn real applicable skills? How can we make students 21st century learners by providing them devices at home? How can we help them get to an achievability rate that is higher than before because they have access to the internet to move at their own pace? And one of the inspiring stories that I had was I had a chance to interview a family. So I interviewed this family who came here from Iraq. So they immigrated here in 2006. I learned that the parents are still having trouble speaking English. They're going to night classes currently, but they're still not fluent. So none of the family was here before them. They were the first family to leave Iraq in 2006. And when they settled here in El Cajon, they were the first ones that they knew. They didn't know a lot of other people. There were other Chaldeans who were in the area, but they were the only ones that they knew of. So life was kind of challenging for the first couple of years. They enrolled the girls in a preschool where the girls were just submerged into an only English-speaking environment. And then after that, the girls went into elementary school. So currently, both of the daughters are in 4th and 1st grade. So what's interesting is the girls are now even more able to speak English. They are actually fluent, and they actually help translate for the family. So whenever we talk to the family, actually as I talk to the family, I talk to the girls who then relayed the message to the parents. And that's where this conversation. So sometimes the questions to the girls, we just talked directly back and forth. Or when I talk to the parents, I talk to the daughters, they relay the message to the parents, and the parents would relay the message back to the daughter, and then back to me. So it's interesting to have the daughters are like a 9-year-old girl or a 10-year-old girl be the one who is talking to me about what's going on in the family. So the girls use these devices in their classrooms. They have iPads, which they use, and it's helping to enhance their English language skills. They use things like Duolingo in class or other programs, educational programs, and it's making sure that their speaking and listening skills are greatly improved. So the family at home has one iPad, which the entire family uses in turns. They show me how to do it. So the girls will come home, they'll work on their homework, they'll work on Duolingo, they work on their speaking, their listening together. The older daughter, the bigger sister, will help out the little sister on her homework because she's already been through the classes before. And then the parents will actually use Duolingo after the girls use it. And the daughters were actually the ones who downloaded Duolingo for the parents because they thought it was helpful. And after the parents went to like a meeting at the school, the girls downloaded Duolingo on the iPad, and now the parents actually use it. And it's actually helping the parents pick up English faster than before because the older they get, they're having less time to go to night school, and they want to stay home with the kids. So they're actually doing Duolingo rather than going to school. And I think this is achievable because schools are starting to transverse into more online education. We're starting to get a way that we can get more people involved. We can start getting a way for parents who can engage in the content. Students who come from an ELL family now have access to translation. We can go to Google Chrome and offer translations where Google will actually translate the work, or we can actually have a direct translation from Arabic to English or from English to Arabic. And it's a chance for these families to really get engaged in what their students are doing, and it makes the process a lot more equitable when the whole family knows what's going on. Instead of students who come from an ELL family and neither of the parents speak English, the student was by themselves. And now we're starting to get these families who can start participating in helping their son or daughter because they're getting access. They can translate the work. And not only that, the parents are now benefiting because they can start learning from the educational apps that are there for the children. So what I've kind of learned, and the inspiring story that I have, is that educational technology is changing lives, not just of our students, but of our families. The communities around us are changing because what we can provide at school. We can provide an education that not just lasts for what the students are doing in the moment, but an education that can be learned later on, an education that can be learned in their 30s, in their 40s. As we become adults, we can still learn what's going on in grade school, and this offers a platform to allow that the education can never stop for a family. That we're actually changing the communities with what we do at school. It's not just we're feeding a student, hey, here's your work tonight. You may use it, you may not. We can now provide work that an entire family can actually use, an entire family can benefit from, and I think that is the inspiring thing. That 21st century skills are not just going to be affecting our students, they're going to be affecting the communities around us. So we have a chance to start changing the social fabric, social fabric of the culture around us by making this technology available, by making the homework real, reliable, realistic, and applicable. And the way we do that is by making sure that every one of these skills is actually useful. So I think that is what I took away from this, is that we have families who are now starting to engage more and have more participation simply because they have a chance to engage now. They have a chance to learn something, and now the family can be bought in and have a chance to be a part of the learning process. So this was my inspiring story. Thank you for listening.